Hey everybody, Zach here, and it is time for the show that can only be described as a mishmash of various forms of entertainment. Sit back and relax and get ready because we are on air. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's your boy Zach here, and welcome to another new edition of On Air. I hope everyone had a great Canada Day weekend. I was out and about, dressed in red and white, all over, massive Canada-shaped hat, tattoos of the Canadian flag, decked out 9 yards the whole gear. And then someone told me it was Canada Day, and I'm like, what? What? Really? It is? Also, I want to know, did anyone out there spend their Canada Day in the kilometer-long line at the Mandarin? I saw that and I was like, nope, not doing it, nope. So supposedly what happened is that they were offering a free buffet at all of their locations across Ontario. Zach, a free buffet? That has to change your mind, right? Still no. I'd rather pay than wait in line, which according to AM800's Dan McDonald was all the way around the parking lot to the EC Row Expressway. And I know what you're thinking, Zach, would you wait in a line like that for Lego? No comment. The PR response, no comment. I also want to hear from someone who did wait in line. A couple of questions. Was it A, worth it? Or B, did they run out of food? Props to the people who did wait. Alright, we've celebrated Canada Day, and now I've wondered this for a while. Why is our holiday 3 days from the 4th of July? And you thought the space between Christmas and New Year's was awkward. So, question for you all out there is, do you celebrate Canada Day and the 4th of July together? Do you do it separately? I mean, that should be a thing. Just combine the two holidays and call it Comerica Day. Just a thought. Just a thought, think about it, American listeners. Earlier this week, I was at the St. Clair College's main campus for a Transit Windsor open house because one of its routes will be changing. That's right, the Dominion 5 route will be divided up into two separate routes. That's right, the sardine can splits into two. I mean, it really does. Actually, that's not fair. Sardines have way more room than anybody does on the Dominion 5. Anyway, I went out to bring you more info, so here's the story. Changes are coming to Transit Windsor. Two new bus routes will be introduced this fall, 115 and 305. These routes will replace the current Dominion 5, which travels from the downtown terminal to St. Clair College. According to the college, Route 115, a primary route, will travel from the Windsor International Transit Terminal to the St. Clair College Terminal and vice versa, while the 305, which will be a local route, will service the residential areas of South Windsor. It will start and end at the Hotel Dieu Grace Healthcare Terminal. Transit Windsor also held an open house so students could see and react to the changes for themselves.
Definitely it would take less time to reach to the terminal because it's the best way for me to reach to the riverside from college. And usually 5-number routes are always full. The buses are always out of service. And I have felt that in the last couple of days because due to the heat, people don't want to walk. So buses are the best option you can have right now.
If you're looking for more information on the new routes, you can find that on the Transit Windsor website, and they will be implemented September 1st, 2024. For the Mediaplex, I'm Zachary Balogh. Let's talk about dating, shall we? So I sent out the Zach signal again because I'm single, and I want to know what is the ideal date. So some of you on socials were nice enough to help me out with this. Like if it's a first date with someone you were talking to, meet at the Windsor waterfront and take a walk. Maybe go for a few drinks afterwards. I like that idea. I do. I like that idea. For me personally, I would have to say just sitting and talking, regardless if it's at a coffee shop or in their car, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how serial killer films start. I think that's exactly how it is. Or it can be as simple as Netflix and chill. What? Okay, I'm currently being told that's not what I think it is. So it's not just Netflix on the couch? Moving on, but sticking with dating, I want to know something. If you had a hobby that you were passionate about and you were dating someone and introduced them to said hobby, they thought it was weird, what do you do? That's a great question. What do you do? And by the way, feel free to comment below if you're watching on the Zachattackproductions YouTube channel. Feel free to do that. Anyone who knows me knows that I love Lego, obviously. And I have a massive Lego city and multiple other displays. So, like I said, I am single, so call me, please. I always told myself that if I brought someone home and they saw my collection, their reaction would be a true test if I wanted to be with this person or not. If they said, this is so cool and we're starting to geek out over it, I knew that there would be a chance. And if the reaction was, aren't you too old to play with Lego? Out you go. Out. Get out. Out you go. Point is, Lego is the one thing that brings me peace and joy. Whether it's building or going around the city, it is my life. And also, if you start dating someone and they want to completely change that with your hobby, they won't stop there. My reaction will also be, I was building Lego before you were born. Wait, what? Oh man, I hope you're enjoying this show thus far, because it got weird really fast. Get comfortable because we just started. On tonight's show, I explore more of Windsor's history on my latest Did You Know? A Celine Dion edition of Views and Reviews, and I cap it off with the weirdest news found on the internet. So sit back and relax because we are on air. Wave Beats Music. Also, I do want to mention that because we are on the Zachattackproductions YouTube channel, I would like for you to hit the subscribe button to the channel, please, as well leave a like and a comment, please. Management isn't happy with me right now, so if you could do that, that would be great. You can find the links on CKRT.com under On Air. And it looks like we're about to get some... This just reminds me of Finding Nemo. And... I don't remember the words. It looks like... Regardless, it looks like we're about to get some weather this Friday, and that gives me the perfect reason to talk about the weather of years old. Let's take a look at what wacky weather conditions occurred on this date in this week's weather history. July 5th, 1936. 3 record high temperatures were set on this day near Gone Valley. The temperature reached 100 degrees, setting the state record. The state record was tied on July 15th, 2006, at 17 miles west-southwest of Fort Pierre, or as Windsorites would call it, Fort Peary. Other record highs on this date include 119 degrees in Kennebec and 116 degrees in Murdo. The record highs near Gone Valley, Kennebec, and Murdo were all-time highs for each location. On July 5th, 1996, a powerful thunderstorm packing over 100-mile-per-hour winds and grapefruit-sized hail tracked from Bellefourche Reservoir to Wall. The storm caused an estimated $4.5 million in crop damage, killed numerous livestock, and stripped vegetation bare. In 1925, a large hailstone weighing half a pound fell at Plumstead just outside of London, England. This hailstone was the heaviest hailstone ever recorded in the United Kingdom. 1937, the temperature at Medicine Lake, Montana soared to 117 degrees to tie the state record. Glendive, Montana reached 117 degrees on July 20th, 1893. 1980, the More Trees Down started in western Iowa and tracked eastward, affecting several states along its path before dissipating in eastern Virginia. That's it for this edition of Weather History. Let's hope the next historical evening isn't in your backyard. Keeping with the history, earlier I talked about Transit Windsor's plan for the future, and now this episode of Did You Know? I would like to take you into Transit Windsor's past. Now, on University Avenue, you may have come across a pretty sad rundown building, and just behind it, it looks like it used to be an old bus station. Well, it did. It used to be the old Greyhound Transit Terminal before the one opened on Pitt Street and Church. So, what's the deal? Why did it close? And why does it look like the way it does today? I take you on a tour of the old Greyhound Transit Terminal. It was once a thriving hub for Greyhound bus service in Windsor, as well as bus service in the city of Windsor. Now, it is a building full of history left in disrepair. So what happened? I'll tell you on this edition of Did You Know? Greyhound opened its doors in 1941 on University here in downtown Windsor and had so many distinct features, such as a Greyhound marquee as well as a restaurant called the Dashboard that occupied the entire left side of the building. Now, this would be the hub for Transit Windsor as well as Greyhound until 2007, when Greyhound and Transit Windsor moved into the Windsor International Transit Terminal, where Greyhound would remain until its demise. According to the Windsor Public Library, following the departure of transit service, the old terminal would be used as a farmer's market. In 2012, the University of Windsor took control of the building, planning to convert it into a media center. The more you know. For Mediaplex News, I'm Zachary Balogh. It's that time of the show where I talk about all forms of entertainment, new and old. Time for Zach's Views and Reviews. On today's Views and Reviews, it's the one and only Celine Dion, Raw and Emotional. As you may have heard, Dion's new documentary, I Am Celine, was released on Amazon Prime, and it detailed Celine like you have never seen her before. I have to say, this was a lot to process, and it really showed Celine's good days and her bad days dealing with stiff person syndrome, and the love she has for her kids, which really tugs at your heartstrings, which made this even more emotional. Now, I love the storytelling, though in the editing, there were some that just, didn't make sense at all. And they should have really just started from the beginning. Plus, I love how Celine is just like the most quirkiest person, and it's hilarious. 4 Z's all around. My heart will go on for you, Celine, because I drove all night, and that's the way it is. Okay, I'm done now, I promise. And now, why not pay a little homage to Celine Dion? Here is It's All Coming Back to Me Now.
There were nights when the wind was so cold that my body froze in bed if I just listened to it right outside the window. There were days when the sun was so cruel that all the tears turned to dust, and I just knew my eyes were drying up forever. I finished crying in the instant that you left, and I can't remember where or when or how, and I banished every memory you and I had ever made. But when you touch me like this, and you hold me like that, I just have to admit that it's all coming back to me. When I touch you like this, and I hold you like that, it's so hard to believe, but it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back, it's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were things I'd never do again, but then they'd always seem right. There were nights of endless pleasure. It was more than any loss in love. try to hurt me, I just hurt you even worse than so much deeper. There were hours that just went on for days, when alone at last we'd count up all the chances that will last to us forever. But you were history with the slamming of the door, and I made myself so strong again somehow, and I never wasted any of my time on you since then. But if I touch you like this, and if you kiss me like that, it was so long ago, but it's all coming back to me. If you touch me like this, and if I kiss you like that, it was gone with the wind, but it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back, it's all coming back to me now. There were moments of gold and there were flashes of light. There were things we could never do again, but then they'd always seem right. There were nights of endless pleasure. It was more than all your loves in love. Baby, 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 when you touch me like this, and when you hold me like that, it was gone with the wind, but it's all coming back to me. When you see me like this, and when I see you like that, then we see what we want to see, all coming back to me. The flesh and the fantasies, all coming back to me. I can barely recall, but it's all coming back to me If you forgive me all this, if I forgive you all that, we forgive and forget, and it's all coming back to me. When you see me like this, and when I see you like that, we see just what we want to see, all coming back to me. The flesh and the fantasies, all coming back to me. I can barely recall, but it's all coming back to me now. It's all coming back to me now. And when you kiss me like this, it's all coming back to me now. And when I touch you like that, it's all coming back to me now. And if you do it like this, it's all coming back to me now. And if we
Well, you know what day it is. It's Friday, and that means it's time to take a look at the weirdest news found on the internet. Time for Weird News. Well, if you're looking for a lesson in prehistoric history, then check out Arizona's Pooseum. That's right, you heard me right, Pooseum. Teachers, the Pooseum teaches science using fossilized feces. I mean, if I wanted to see hard clumps of poo, I'd just go to the bathroom. Anyway, this tourist destination features a wide variety of dung on display, ranges from minuscule termite droppings to a massive specimen that weighs 20 pounds. That's right. And I thought it was politicians that give me 20 pounds of poo. The Pooseum's president and curator, George Franzen, bought his first chunk of fossilized feces from a shop in Moab, Utah. Man, what is your life like that you buy fossilized poo? I mean, and he said he loved it. He said he loved dinosaurs and fossils, but had never heard of fossilized poop. From there, his fascination grew. Wow, what a job. I mean, this man's single. This man is single. Let me just... There's no way this man has another half. And he very well may... I'm sorry, I just... Something came across my mind. I just got this show. I don't want to get rid of it. Oh, man. How do you break that on a date, though? Like, hello, I'm the curator of the Museum. No, absolutely not. From Arizona to America's other nursing home, it's time for...
Florida Man does whatever a Florida man can. Look out, here comes the Florida Man.
A Florida man shot a Walmart drone because he thought it was watching him. That's understandable. The suspect, Dennis Wynn of Clearmont, Florida, allegedly admitted to police on June 26 that he took a pot shot at the drone, which a two-man crew was operating over his Lake County home. A Walmart representative said the flights were part of a local campaign that featured mock deliveries to attract business and interest in the area, which is about 25 miles west of Orlando, according to Fox 35. Wow. Oh my God, that's bad. All right, well, that's the weirdness for this week. And now time for the part of the show where I reach into the bag to find some dad jokes. Let's reach into Zach's sack of dad jokes, shall we? See what kind of ones have we got here? What do we got? What do we got? Ooh. How can you double your money instantly? Look at it in a mirror. That's a good one. We're leaving with that one. Oh, man. You really can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you. You really can't. Well, that is the show for this evening. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. I'll see you all again next time. Same place, same time. Now, I gotta go kick y'all out. Why Semisonic?
Closing time. Open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time. Turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl. Closing time. One last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. For you to go out to the places you will be from. Closing time. This room won't be open till your brothers or your sisters come. So gather up your jackets, move it to the exits. I hope you have found a friend. Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Yeah, I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. comes from some other beginning's end.